Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing this morning? All my YouTube followers and YouTube family. Sorry I have not done the streams lately. It's been real hectic. I do apologize, but I'm definitely bringing in y'all some news this morning. So I'm going in about the Milwaukee shooting uh, motive here that happened about 2 days ago. Before I begin going into this story, I want to say that my heart goes out to the family of the victims that's involved in this situation. My heart also goes out to the suspect family as well. Again, these family members are grieving, and I'm going to keep this story as real and as straight to the point as possible, like I always do. But again, let's keep all the families involved, from the victims to the suspect's family, in our prayers. So let's go. Let's get it in here. So Anthony Farrell uh, allegedly committed a mass shooting, which was Wednesday at Milwaukee Bureau, the Milwaukee Corps headquarters. Okay, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He killed 5 employees and then turned around and committed suicide. Now, what's shocking is that the alleged gunman was not your typical gunman that you usually get with a mass shooting. It was a black male. And because of this really got everybody, it threw everybody a little off, actually, because of that being not the norm of mass shooters that you usually have committing this in the US of A. Now, they everybody is speculating in his circle that he allegedly waged his mass shooting because he was subjected to racism in the workplace at the Molson Coors Brewery over here over there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now he was a long-time employee. They said he'd been there for 20 years. Now nobody has confirmed or denied these reports. Now, this has been going around the internet. Milwaukee um, Brewery Company has not confirmed or denied these reports now, but people close to his circle said that's why he went off the deep end. Now, one of the posts on Facebook came from a Milwaukee businessman who devoted like a multiple amount of posts about this situation, what happened to Anthony Farrell in um, the shooting at the Milwaukee Molson Brewery. This is what he said. Why? It's a guy named Tony Muhammad. He said, "Why isn't local news asking the why questions? Miller Brewery in Milwaukee has a long and present day history of an employment on the job discrimination against African American males." Now, this is what he said on Twitter. Now, the shooter at the Miller Coles um, had reported or is reported to suffer from racial discrimination, and it's on record. All right. Now, he suffered racial discrimination from and harassment from his white coworkers. And he even recently filed a civil lawsuit against Morrison from against Miller Core's racist work environment. Now they said the racist white coworkers had hung a hangman noose on his locker. Now he was rehired after the lawsuit 5 years ago, which I would have went back. Okay, that's just me. But he went back. And then the white racist male harassment continued when he returned to work at Miller's Cove. Now, Tony Muhammad also wrote additional things um, without providing evidence of his claims. Well, he said that was what happened, but he didn't have no evidence. But there is something on Twitter. Somebody named Matthew Keys said that the court records show the 51-year-old Anthony Farrell sued over benefits attached to his employer, which was Miller Coors. Now, there was even more people saying that the racist white co-workers this time humiliated the 51-year-old African American male by passing spade cards on his work locker and making his workday unbearable with white male racist antics. Mm. And then they said that the brother was forced over the edge of insanity to make a violent and act to end Miller Core's workforce racist harassment. Perhaps with this most recent report incident of the workforce, the white male racism against African American Miller Coors in the city of Milwaukee will make fair and equal employment for all the matter of private and public policy. Miller Coors has a long history of tolerating its white brewery worker racist behavior and acts against black workers. And this is again from Tony Muhammad, which seemed like he was a real close friend of this guy. And he wrote a long post on this on Facebook after he did this and put it out on Twitter. And then there was another guy who also said the same thing, but this was on Twitter that was supporting Muhammad's claim. He said, Anthony Farrell, victim of injustice and equality, misused, abused, and harassed by the colleagues, majority of them white, decided to take matters in his own hands. Simple. I don't want to hear any other story. Don't trust the media. Now, there has been a history with this place as well of having racial tension at the workplace. They done had a lot of lawsuits against them because of it. Now, here's my opinion of this situation. I was not there. I report the news to you guys, tell you what I feel. I wasn't there. But statistically looking at the statistics of mass shootings based upon demographics of here in the US of A and based upon the race show undertones of the people that commit those mass shootings, usually if a mass shooting of this magnitude is committed by a black male, it is a 1% chance he's one of those, I just want to shoot somebody up today because I ain't felt like it. He was probably pushed over the edge. And if it is what they say it is of the racial undertones, then at the end of the day, guess who failed? All the victims involved and the suspect. I'll go tell it like it is. Morrison Coors Light failed them. That's right, their headquarters. They failed them because if you didn't, excuse me, if you want to ask, well, why do I feel like they failed them? Because if you was concerned about your employees the right way, and they report to you that there is some racial undertones, they are uncomfortable about what's going on in the workplace, it is your job to investigate. It is your job to say, okay, you and these guys are not getting along. I need to do something. Whether have a sit down and talk, whether it's suspend some people, whether it's okay, I'm letting all of you go. One way somehow, it should have been resolved. It shouldn't have took a lawsuit, bring the brother, let the brother come back, and then go and punish, let the brother put himself through punishment again. Now you got six lives taken, including the suspect. 6 lives now are gone because of negligence on the company. I'm gonna say it like that. That's number one. Number two, if it is true that these gentlemen were harassing this man on a daily basis, you reap what you sow. I'm just gonna be 3,000 about it. If you give out negative energy, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get some negative energy in return. Am I saying what the brother did was right? No, I'm not. I don't support violence of any kind. I don't support anybody taking anybody's life. But in this case here, this was abuse mentally to the point that this brother felt like he had no other choice. This could have all been prevented on all levels. But this is the America we live in. Racial undertones are getting more and more stronger in these corporate societies. And people don't understand that. And that's why the news is not really reporting too much about this, because I guarantee you they know that this was racially motivated. And I guarantee you they know that the undertones of this was this brother was abused. That's why everybody's trying to keep this thing a little hush hush. Oh, this is horrible tragedy, but they ain't going in on it. See, they go in on it when if it was these other mass shootings that's been going on in these workplaces, they would have been talking about this for about 3 or 4 days. They ain't really talking about this. They're really not. They only keeping it in Milwaukee. They're really not talking about it nationally or exposing it globally, because they know that this was a problem. And I'm quite sure that's what happened. This man had probably went through the channels, told everybody what was going on, and everybody said, bump it. I mean, I'm just being real. It's sad but true. It really is. Now, this is probably what's going to happen now. I feel bad for the for the Mr. Farrell's wife and daughter in all of this. Because now what's going to happen is, even though they're not talking about all of the stress she was put under, the families are now going to probably go and file a lawsuit against her, a civil lawsuit. I guarantee you that's how it's going to work. It always works that way in situations like this, because they're going to make it seem like he was the aggressor, that he was the one that was not the nice guy. And I hope and pray that Mrs. Farrell gets a great lawyer, because she's going to need one, so that way she can go after this company here. Because at the end of the day, this company is going to spin the narrative that he was the crazy black man. I've already see how this is going to go. They already got history of a paper trail where he did file a lawsuit against them, and yeah, he did get a settlement. Then they're gonna play it like, well, we handled it the first time, and then it happened again. It was all in his head. He had mental issues. They're gonna spin all of that narrative. They're gonna make it look like that they did all they could, and that he was the absolute insane one. So that's what I would do if I was Miss Farrell. I would be reaching out to a lawyer, and I would hurry up and get my ducks in a row. No, it's difficult right now because she's got to bury her husband, console their 12-year-old daughter. But that's what she need to do. But for the people that watching my channel and subscribe, if you're going through racism at the workplace, because I've been through this personally, and you go through the channels and nobody's not helping you or not listening to what you're going through, before you snap and do something that will destroy not only your lives, but affect the lives of innocent people that's not even involved in this situation around you, go ahead and leave, man. Take that loss. Believe me, I've done it. Yes, it seems like it's horrible. Yes, it seems like it's the end of the world, but I guarantee you, you'll have a clearer peace of mind. Because you know what they say, what is it to gain the whole world, but at the end of the day lose your damn soul? I'm not going to allow anything to make me lose my soul. I'm not going to allow anything to make me to the point that I'm going to get depressed. And I'm not going to let anything make me get to the point where I'm so obsessed with it that I can't make a logical decision. That's what I tell anybody. If you've done all you can and it's not getting better, leave. Yes, it may take you a while to find you a better job. Yes, you may have to get on unemployment. Yes, you may even have to take a job that you don't even like financially because it's an underpay than what you've been making. But I'm telling you, it'll be a hell of a lot better to go that route and then come up with something better in time than to hang on to something that's not going to get better and is going to hurt you more in time. That's all I got for you guys. Hey, follow me on Twitter, J News and Views. Also, if you love what I'm bringing, the content I got, please, y'all, hit the like button. All right. And when you hit subscribe, hit that notification where you can get all the updates when I'm adding new things to the channel. Like I said before, I'm just asking for everybody to subscribe. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to get a lucky subscriber out there a $20 gift card from Walmart, Amazon, somewhere for y'all appreciation. So please rock with me. Continue to follow the um the broadcast I put out there. Share it with everybody, and I hope to hear from y'all guys soon. Thank y'all and be safe.